Sawadika.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Sure, my name is Anne and I'm married to Tom, and we have 2 children, and our daughter is 19 years old and our son is nearly 18 years old. And my background, I am a primary school teacher, but in Thailand I teach English as a second language.
And my name's Tom, and I'm married to Anne. I'm a computer scientist. So I teach at Payap University 3 days a week in the international program. So I'm teaching IT here at Payap University. Yeah.
Okay. So you are both Australian.
That's right.
And kangaroos.
Yeah!
Okay. So why did you choose Thailand for doing your occupation here?
Yeah. So we are both Christians, and so when we lived in Australia for many years, we felt that God wanted us to go and work overseas. Eventually we thought that God wanted us to come to Thailand. And so, yeah, we have been here working in Thailand because we think this is where God wants us. So, yeah.
How long have you been here?
We've been here for just over 8 years now. Yeah.
So during the first time you came here, did that any problems that occurred?
Yeah, when we first came, we could not speak Thai language, and so our first maybe month, every day we had to eat khao pat and pad thai because we didn't know any other words. Yeah, so it took us time to. So we were very focused. We wanted to learn the names of different kinds of food so we could eat some other things. Yeah.
So now do you like Thai food?
Sure, very much, yeah. Usually for lunch I have mama pak, say kai dao. But I like buya is mama. Yeah.
So you can cook?
I can cook a little bit. I have never cooked Thai food, but Anne can make gin kiao ma and hang lei and things like this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But we like Thai food very much. So.
So the occupation you're now doing, you happy with it?
Yeah, I love it. I love teaching English. I love Thai university students, and so kind and sweet and yeah, very respectful. In Australia, I would teach young children, and sometimes the class is big and the kids are naughty and it's such a headache. But to teach adults who want to learn, it's just very fun. It's a lovely way to teach.
So I help with the English teaching, and I enjoy that very much. But I also very much enjoy teaching about computing at Payap. So yeah, it's a lot of fun and very rewarding for me. So yeah.
Great. So did you want to go home, or it's okay to be here?
Next year, usually one time every 3 years, we go back to Australia to visit our family. But usually my parents and Tom's parents will come to visit us here every year, so we don't feel too sad. But now our daughter has finished high school, so she is in Australia, and next year our son will finish, and so he will be in Australia as well. So when our 2 children are in Australia, then we will have to think more. But in fact, we love living in Chiang Mai.
So yeah, because we have our families come and visit, and a lot of people travelling from Australia to other countries often come through Singapore. But then our friends, if our friends know we're here in Chiang Mai, then often if they're going overseas, they will stop into Chiang Mai and visit us. So we have a lot of visitors from Australia who are coming to see Thailand, and so we don't really miss friends or things like that because we get to see other Australians when they visit. Maybe the main thing I miss from Australia is beef, red meat. So I think that is like more so than friends or family or other things. In Australia, we eat a lot of steak and a lot of red meat, but in Thailand it's mainly chicken and pork, maybe some fish, but not a lot of red meat, or it's very expensive here. So yeah.
There was the restaurant Okatu. Did you visit that place?
I don't know.
Where is it? Near.
M2U00405.
Oh, okay.
There is beef.
Okay, maybe we'll have to go and visit that one. Thank you.
So, what do you like in Thailand?
I love the weather. I hate cold weather, so I like it nice and warm here. I think the people in Chiang Mai are so friendly. I think for us we feel very safe, and so having a teenage daughter, we would still feel that it's safe for her to travel around. We love the food. I think we love everything about Thailand.
Yeah, but Thai people are very friendly. Maybe more in Chiang Mai than in Bangkok. But Thai people are very friendly, and everyone smiles if you smile at them, which is really nice. Maybe because we are foreign, but Thai people are very granjai. So it's very fun.
So that you must have you Map and Die is okay for
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
Sure.
often.
So how do you feel about that? That they will just Map and Die everything, or it's okay,ยังไงก็ได้ everything.
I think in a lot of ways this is good, but I think even maybe if something very bad happens, or if something very serious happens, then Thai people are still, mai ben rai, and Jinjing maybe is not mai ben rai, but they will still just say like mai ben rai. So I think most of the time I think this is very good, and it's like very polite, but sometimes I think there is a problem, and you cannot just say like, oh, mai ben rai. You know, you need to do something to deal with the problem or the situation. So I like this a lot, but I think all the time it is not always healthy or not always good. So.
Yeah, for example, one of our students here, his girlfriend died in a bus crash, and his friends on Facebook, will say, "Oh, my been right, you will be okay." And you think his girlfriend has died. That's not my been right. So for that example, I think they'll say, "Oh, เสียใจด้วยนะ." But so for that kind of example, I find it hard to understand. But the rest of the time, "Oh, my been right, it's okay."
So have you ever took the red bus?
Sure.
Did you find any problems with the red bus?
Sometimes, like when we walk down the street, then the red bus will kind of go like beep beep, like do you want to ride? And usually like we're kind of like, oh, like maybe rain, it's okay. But if we do want a red bus, then we will talk to the driver, and maybe he doesn't want to go where we are going. So when we don't want a red truck, then kind of they like beep beep and talk, and then when we want one, then maybe the red truck won't go where we want. So yeah.
But I think the main problem when we first came, before we understood how to pay, then we would ask for a price to go somewhere, and the price would be very high.
Yeah.
But now we just say here, we don't ask about the price, and kon la 20 baht, and it's okay. Yeah.
And also too, sometimes for foreigners in Australia, if you want to go somewhere, you will have an address and a map. And so maybe if you we don't have red trucks in Australia, but if you go to a taxi, then you can just show them the map and they will know where to go. But usually for a red taxi truck, if you show the driver a map, like my Kajai, it doesn't help. So you need to know maybe the name of your hotel or something else, or otherwise they don't know how to take you to this place. So sometimes for Farangs that's kind of very different from maybe Western countries. Yeah.
So Western countries were like that, taxi and show them that.
Yeah.
Yes, or just give an address, just the name, the street name and the street number, and that's all they need. They can take you there. But in Thailand it's near this temple, or it's close to this, or it's near this corner, and it's just like, oh!
So for people who are new here, or if we have friends come to visit us from Australia, they say, oh, no problem, just tell me where you live and I'll come to the airport and I'll get a taxi to your house. But they cannot. So we say, no, it's okay, we will come and meet you at the airport, because otherwise you will not be able to get to our house. So,
and they think that's very strange. And I think one difference for that, in Western countries, the streets all have names and the numbers are all in order. But here, number 46 is here, and 99 and 100, the numbers are not in order, whereas in other countries, if you can find the street, you can find the house, because the numbers are all in the right order.
Okay. So have you ever met a driver that were angry at you or mad at you?
I think one man, I gave him 20 baht and he thought he had gone too far for 20 baht, so he was not so happy, but usually they are very friendly.
yeah, I don't think I have ever had an angry Songtail driver. So.
So, did you think that when you come to Thailand have changed from you in the Western, Australia?
Yes, yeah, sure. Yeah, we knew coming that this is Asian culture, it's very different to Australian culture, and so we came wanting to ask a lot of questions and want to learn about Thai culture. And I think there are a lot of good things in Thai culture that is good for us to learn, and it's been good for our children to learn to learn growing up in another culture too.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, sure. Western culture is very independent and very much thinks just about me, and Thai culture is very much think about the group, and everything is about the group. So, for example, when students want to come and study English, usually they come with their group of friends. If one person has to wait and talk to the Ajahn and will be late, for Western culture, everyone else will go and one person will come late because you have an appointment for your class. But in Thai culture, we cannot leave our friend behind. Everybody will be late for one person. So, but that is just how Asian culture, how Thai culture thinks.
So what do you think, as a teacher, do you think that it is good for the students to be like that?
I think, is it good? It's not good that everyone is late for class, but I understand the reason why, and I think it's very good that you all look after your friends and care about each other. So I'm not angry. I think it's just different. I don't think it's it's just different.
Did you, there were Thai people that name P or Pu or and did you find me for that? So my senior, my senior's name Pushit.
Okay.
And he said that English teacher never pick him to attend anything in his class. His name is Pushit.
Yes, yeah.
So you find that.
Yeah. I think I would find it difficult to have that name in my class. Yeah, I think some of our students I know will have their Thai nickname Tamada and then their their nickname they use for Farang. And I think a situation like this, he needs to find another nickname when he is talking with Farang. Yeah.
But even people who are polite and things like this, like coming from Australia, kind of like we are surprised that like your name would be like pig or something like this.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, blah, or yeah. So I think many of the names that Thai students have are kind of like surprising to us, but again, it's not. It's just different. But when we first come to Thailand, it seems some of the names are very kind of like funny for us, but then we kind of understand, and just it's just a name. So.
What's the funniest name that you recommend?
I'm not sure. I know someone called a guy called Darling, and so or deer. Sorry, deer. And so deer can be an animal, but deer can be like DEAR, so like dear Anne. And so to call him like deer, say excuse me dear, or something, it always feels very very like strange. So,
especially for a boy as well.
Okay. So as an English teacher so what do you think about Thai education?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. Yeah, I think Thai education system is good to a point, but I think there are some areas for improvement as well. I think some of the teachers are not very well trained, and like in Western culture, the kids will go to school from 9 until 3, and we don't need to do special class after school because you learn what you need to learn at school. But here the students tell us, I have to go to special study from 4 until 6 or 8 p.m. because my teachers at school do not teach me the things I need to know for my exams. So I think so I think sometimes it's because the parents are working and it's convenient for the parents to have somewhere for the kids. But if the reason is, I think the teachers at school should be able to teach what the kids need to know, and if they cannot, then I think there's a problem. Yeah. But also for teaching English language, the kids have learned English in Thailand since they are quite young, but still many adults are not very good at speaking, and so I think there's some problems there as well.
I think too in areas like computing or like engineering, I think when it comes to thinking creatively and problem solving, I think and kotor, it is kind of a generalization, so I mean it's not true of everyone, but I think I find a lot more for Thai students, if you give them a problem that they have seen before, then they can solve that problem because they know what to do. But if you give them a different problem, then maybe like I don't know what to do because they have never seen this problem before, and I think they struggle to sometimes take what they already know and use it in a new way, or to try and find a creative or a new solution to a problem. So I think Thai engineers are excellent at kind of like copying things, and I mean all sorts of things. But they're very good at, if they have seen something, they go, like we can do that, and like copy it or make one that is like that or use that same idea. But I think they really struggle to come up with new ideas or a problem they haven't seen before. It's very difficult for them to work out how to solve it. So, yeah.
Okay. So do you think that Thai people were ready for advancement?
Yeah.
I think so. I think more so than some other countries. Last year we went to Cambodia, and we have friends who live and work in Cambodia, and they said nobody in Cambodia is talking about ASEAN. They are not planning, but I think Thailand is very focused on planning and preparing, making sure everybody knows. So I think in that way, yes.
I think, I mean, all of the universities have been working hard to be on the ASEAN timetable, things like this. With English, like English language, for ASEAN, I'm not sure if Thailand is ready. And yeah, I think there are other countries who are less prepared than Thailand. I think there are some other countries where they are better prepared just in terms of speaking English and things like this too. So some things I think are better prepared and others maybe less so. Yeah.
So, for Thai people, for your country first, at what age that the students were allowed that were ready to get out of home and have their life?
When I was 17, I left home. So I grew up in a very small country town in Australia, like a very small village here. A very small country town. So when I finished high school, if I did not want to be a farmer, then I had to move to the city to study and find a job. So when I was 17, I moved away to the capital in my state. For many people, maybe when they're around sort of 18, then really, when you finish high school, maybe you'll like move away and leave home. But in Australia, when you go to university, you do not have to live on campus, so you don't have to live in a dorm when you are a freshie or something like this. So if there is a university in your town, many students will stay at home and live with their parents while they are studying. So now we have friends in Australia who have children who are a little bit older than our children, but their children are still at home because they are still studying at university. So maybe it's getting older, so maybe 24, 25, maybe after you have finished your degree or some other study, and then you will kind of leave home after that. Yeah.
So, what about having a family and children? At what age that do you think that for you it's the best age for
Yeah.
Well, I think for us, we got married quite young, so we were both 21 when we got married. But for our kids, I think we say, maybe a little bit older is better. But I think around 25, 26, 27 is a good age to get married. I think closer to 30 or more than 30 is less common in Australia.
So what do you have planned for your when you were older? What did you plan? Do you plan to stay in Thailand or come back to Australia?
I think when we are older, probably we will go back to Australia. Yeah. And especially if our children are married and then there are grandchildren for us, then we would want to be in Australia then. But also our parents now are around 75 years old. So if our parents another 5 or 10 years, if they are getting older, cannot look after themselves, then maybe we will need to go back to Australia to care for them.
So your children will come back with you to or?
No, our children are in Australia already. Yeah.
Yeah, our daughter is first year university in Australia now, and our son is finishing year 12, Mohawk. And so middle of next year he will finish, and then he will most probably go back to Australia to study at university there.
Okay, so you can speak Thai. From now on, can I speak?
เดี๋ยวขอพูดช้าๆนิดหน่อยนะคะ
คนพูดงูบลาบลาพยายามครับ
คิดยังไงกับขอทานคะขอทาน I mean the bigger around ใช่ไหม You think that คิดว่าเหมือนกับคนเปิดหมวกเล่นกีตาร์
อ๋อ
คิดว่าเหมือนกัน
ไม่เหมือนกันค่ะ Yeah, like is a person who just sits and begs the same as a person who plays music and puts a hand out? Yeah, no, I think they are different, and I think in Thai, in my understanding of Thai, คุณพูดภาษาอังกฤษได้ไหม My understanding of Thai culture, usually people look after each other very well, and so often I think that the people Khawatan Naka are often not Khon Thai, but Khon Pama or Hill tribe and things like that. I think it's lovely at Walking Street, the people who cannot see and who play the music, and I think it's lovely they have something they can do to earn their money, not just ask people to give money. So I'm not sure in Thai society that that there is a need for people just to beg. I think usually people will care for other people who are disadvantaged.
So for your country, have beggars too, or
so you can play your guitar for money at some places. Often you must have a permit, so you must pay a very small amount, but so that people know that you have permission to be there. So this is common. We sometimes call this busking, and so people play music or juggle or a statue or something, but some kind of act. For money.
But often that is more like a hobby and just for fun. So usually somebody like that will have another job as well, and they just want to make some extra money. But usually that is not their only option for money.
So when I finished high school, I did this once just to try, just for fun, play my guitar and sing, and just to kind of see what it was like. So, but we don't. I think it's most probably illegal to beg in Australia. So yeah, you certainly do not see beggars.
Sometimes, very, very occasionally, but yeah, it's not common.
okay, so you see the people were standing still, and then you gave them money and they
Do robot or something like that.
Did you find any difference at your country and Thailand?
Between the things that people do. Do you mean?
I think that's the same. So yeah, people in Australia they will do that, and I think that's great. Like มีความสามารถพิเศษนะคะก็โอเคที่ใช้ได้ที่เก็บตังค์ได้ Yeah, but I think it's the same. Yeah.
So have you ever found any occupation that was strange for you, like
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
That's okay.
A strange career or strange occupation.
Occupation.
Yeah.
have you ever extended career to you
In Thailand.
In Thailand. Not that I can think of.
I mean, in Australia, when you go for a picnic, you do not normally have the person with to come around with food to sell you food. So but I'm not sure that's very straight. I think that's very convenient.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So do I mind. Yeah, and I mean, in Australia, if you want to sell food, then you must have a license, and the government must come and inspect, and so you cannot just cook like mubing at the front of your house and sell it to people. So But so this is not. It is different from Australia, but it is not really strange. You know, we understand that they are just they are making food to sell. So it's like a very simple restaurant or something like this. Yeah. So I can't think of any strange jobs that you have here in Thailand that maybe we don't have in Australia.
Is it true that Farans think that the Thai people that have the Chinese skin, do you call that Chinese skin, tan skin, more beautiful than the white skin?
I'm not sure. I think for like all of the skin colours, like in Thailand, I don't think we really think about it. But so if someone has like dark skin, like that's still very beautiful. So I don't think it matters if they have like whiter skin or darker skin. I think for foreigners, I don't think we kind of like notice. For like other Farans, if you have like very white skin, maybe we think you look a little bit sick, and you should go outside in the sun and do some exercise or like get a suntan, because we think maybe you're not very healthy and you stay inside too much. But for Thai people, dark skin, like for Farans, dark skin is very beautiful. But I think it just depends like on the person, and the skin colour is just not important. So
about the model, the Victoria's Secret model like that, do you find it beautiful or the question is, Thai people would think that the more they are thin, the more they're beautiful. Do you think that or?
Yeah, no, I think it just depends on the person, and for me, I think what is inside your heart shines out through your eyes and your face, and that is what makes a person beautiful.
I think a lot of supermodels actually look very unhealthy.
Too
I
skinny.
think they are too skinny, and I think they do not look healthy. So, and I think for most people, I think it's also an unrealistic image. So I think some of them look beautiful, but I think a lot of supermodels are just kind of like too thin. They're very thin and they're very tall, and it's not like most people. So yeah.
As a teacher, what do you think of the students that were not independent in answering the question when you asked them, or they did not
Like love wood. And then it brave to speak. I think for me, I teach conversational English, and so a lot of the students who come at first are like, and so my job as a teacher is to help them to feel confident to speak. So I am not surprised, because it is how many Kontai are, but it's so lovely after just a few weeks to see people and then and then to see the Kontai, it's lovely.
I think for me as a teacher, it is a little bit frustrating. If I are there any questions, and like Jing, some students like my Kaujai, or they have a question they would like to ask, but they are too shy, or it's not appropriate. So for me as a teacher, if they do not understand, like that's okay. I am not. I don't think it means I am a bad teacher, but I want to try and help them to understand. And so if they have questions, but they are too shy to ask their questions, then I cannot help them. So if they have a question, I would like them to ask, so that I can then try and help them to understand. But yeah, I understand for a classroom with like Thai students, like let me come down.
So as
And if I might ask a question, and like maybe they don't know the answer. But often if I say, okay, like, have you understood, or do you have any questions, then people will ask, well, could you explain that, or I'm not sure, or things like that. So as a teacher, I like, if students have not understood, I want to make them understand. I want to help them understand. So yeah, if there's something that they're not sure about, if they have a question, maybe I can explain in a different way, or something to help them to understand. So as a teacher, I like this.
And I think for the students as well, the students think the job of the teacher is to explain so the student can understand. And so the student is not shy to say, oh, now explain this again, or tell me about this, because they know the job of the teacher is to explain clearly. Yeah.
So at your country, the students, how do they call you, Mr. and Miss, and so on like that?
Yeah. Jinji, I am Dr. Tom, but normally in the class, it depends a little bit on the class or the subject. Normally they would call me Dr. Tilly,
Not Dr. Tom.
Not Dr. Tom. So in Thailand, then Jinji, my name is Thomas. But so at Payat, they will call me Dr. Thomas or Dr. Tom. In Australia, I would be Dr. Tilly. Or if I know some students a little more informally, they might call me Tom, but usually Dr. Tilly. Yeah, but here in Thailand, Dr. Tom. And Tilly is my namsakul.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So for Western culture, usually you do not use a person's first name unless they invite you. So you would never say Dr. Tom, which is Chinaka first name. You would always say Doctor and the last name. And so for me, teaching primary school, the kids will always call me Mrs. Tilly. They would never say Mrs. Anne or just Anne. That would be quite impolite.
Yeah. And if people didn't know that I was a doctor, they would call me Mr. Tilly. So if I had an appointment or something, they might say, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. Tilly, and if you can, it's your turn now." Or something. So, yeah.
And there were some countries that the students call the teachers by only their name.
Fine.
Only their name. Only their name. Not they have no Mr. or Mrs.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Just the first name. Yeah.
How do you think about that?
Usually at primary school, the kids will not do that, but at university, often it is more a little more equal.
Yeah. So in English class here, I'm very happy for students just to call me Tom if they are comfortable with that. So they can call me Tom or Kun Tom or Dr. Tom or whatever they are comfortable with. But just excuse me, Tom would be okay. But normally at university or something like that, normally slightly more formal, I would be more comfortable with. Yeah.
There were some utilities that was strange. Okay. Tissue. How do you feel it when it was on the table?
Yeah.
It's much used in the Thai.
Yes.
So people in Thai use on the table.
Yeah. A little surprised, but then, okay, that's a good idea. It works.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. But yeah, this is a little bit strange to start with, so a little bit surprised, but then it's just, it's a good idea.
It works, okay.
But so yeah, when we have visitors, often they are surprised the first time. Yeah.
Okay. So about the toilet. And have the
Sure.
Squirter.
The first time I saw this, I thought maybe this for Songkran. Yeah, this was new for us when we came to Thailand as well. So.
And in fact, still, I do not really know how to use it. I just use it for my feet.
And the other one is it's like a bath for you.
For sure, yeah.
Did you feel strange?
In our house, we just have a shower, so we don't have to use this one.
But maybe when we have been to other places or camping or other places, then there has just been like the water and all of this. Not strange, just different. So kind of like new for us. But it doesn't feel strange. It's just that's what that is for. So yeah.
Also during your camp at the Western countries, also use this for shower.
Usually, if you go camping, maybe somewhere at the campsite there will be a building where they have showers and toilets. But it depends a little bit. But normally it's just like toilet tamada, shower tamada. So, yeah. Because you are asking me, I wonder if it is a lady boy.
Very beautiful.
But it looks very beautiful. Yeah.
So, in what terms that you about the beautiful? In what terms do you find that?
So what is it about her that makes her look beautiful?
I mean, what do you think about the beautiful?
For a person, what is it that makes someone beautiful? Okay. If they look like Anne. Maybe like a smile. And it doesn't have to be like perfect teeth or anything, but a nice smile. Someone's eyes. I kind of like maybe the first thing you kind of see or you kind of look at.
I think the shape of the face and then the skin,
that would be like the first things I would think of. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I think skin colour is like not important. Yeah.
So before you came here, what do you think about Thai people? And after you came here, did you change your thoughts about that people?
Before I came to Thailand, I had some Thai students in one of my university classes in Australia who were international students. And so I didn't know them very well, but they seemed very polite and interested. But I think coming to Thailand, again, when we have friends come to Thailand as well, they always say just how friendly Thai people are.
and polite.
Very polite. So yeah, I think Thai people are very beautiful, but very friendly, very polite, and again very maybe we would say considerate, but very gracious.
Okay, so apart from the side, Mapenda is okay. Do you have any habits of Thai people that should be considered? That should Thai people should change their habits.
I think, for Farang, พูดตรงๆนะคะ and คนไทย พูดตรงไม่ได้นะคะ and I think sometimes Farang are too direct, but I think sometimes Thai are too indirect. I think they have to come together a little bit. Yeah. Sometimes we will invite a student to do something and Jing, it is not convenient, they cannot come, but they cannot tell me, no, I cannot come. And so then I am not sure, or then maybe they will say, yes, we are coming, but in the end not come. And I think, okay, just tell me wrong. Yeah, so I have to look very carefully at the face and hear the words to try and understand. If somebody says, oh, maybe, okay,
No.
So I think
So, yeah, often yes means yes, no means no, maybe, not sure, no. As well. So, whereas I think for Farams, like maybe or not sure means maybe or not sure, maybe yes, maybe no. But I think for Pontai, can you come? Oh, I'm not sure, or maybe no.
So, what about how do you think about Thai people who change their gender
Yeah.
based on bisexuals? Because from New Zealand and these Western countries, it's strictly forbidden for having bisexual, like going out together and get married or.
Yeah, so in some Western countries that is kind of changing for people who are the same sex to get married. I think for us, for many foreigners who come to Thailand, they are very surprised to see like lady boys and
so
many lady boys and like many toms. And in Australia, we don't have like lady boys and kind of women who dress like men are not very common at all. So I think for our students, if we have like students who study masters or PhD, when they go overseas, they kind of go, where are the lady boys? Or like, I just don't see like any lady boys. So for us, it's very strange, and like I don't understand. And it seems to be very common in Thailand, but not very common in other places. So I don't know why here in Thailand, and they have like Miss Tiffany Universe and kind of things like this. So it seems to be a very accepted part of the culture. If you are gay or a lesbian in Australia, then you will still look like a guy or a girl, but not so much kind of trying to look like the opposite gender. So yeah. This is something that is very strange to see so many, and also unusual for us that it is so accepted in Thai society. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
Yay!
Sure.
You did it good.
Yeah, excellent.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So Jingjing kind of one is going to be okay for everyone. Sorry.
No, we need to do it again for everybody. That's okay. You are the spokesperson, the person to speak on behalf of the group. Okay?
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself again and look to the camera?
Sure. When we introduce what information do you want? So you want to know where we come from and occupation, or
How long have you
okay.
How long have you been, your name, your age, what you're doing?
Usually when you